So when the first time we met and you spoke about ageism, it registered with me. But I was like, this is another one of those isms. And I am not going to spend time investing in an ism that is not actively part of the problem that I'm trying to solve. In the sense like, this is foreign to me. I understand that this could be a thing, but is it really? But since then, I have come a long way in understanding the patterns in which society is operating, especially the ones that we are seeing in this moment. And I think in some way or the other, this aspect of a massive generational chasm has enticed me enough to revisit ageism with you in some sense. You see what I mean? So in that vein of thought, I may be more theoretical. I am still trying to conceptualize the problem in front of me because I don't buy it at the face value at which other people tell me. That's just my personal notion. So tell me, what do you think about this just two different worlds of communication?
So sorry, because you keep saying all these things that I want to talk and kind of.
You know what? That's fine.
I'm sorry. So one thing I just want to say is that you're right. You're absolutely correct that this ism, ageism, is absolutely different from any other ism that is there. Or, it is one of the other isms, but it's different in the perspective that it's the only ism, right? Quote unquote ism that you can actually grow out of. If we talk about sexism, gender is something, unless of course, you don't kind of prescribe by that gender identity, that you don't kind of grow out of, right? You're always going to be, and I'm just talking specifically in a male, female. I'm not going into other gender identities. Just for the simplicity of this conversation, it's something that you're born with, and you are a male or a female, etc. Same thing with, let's say, race, right? Racism. You are born in a race, and you don't grow out of that race. Same thing with, let's say, casteism. You are sadly born in a caste that you have, and then everything is decided for you on the basis and presumptions of that caste. Age is something that you grow out of. So the implication is that ageism hasn't been that well explored, or has been a persisting issue, because if you're too young, right, you'll grow older. And the only, I think, the only instance that it's been put a lot of research into is at the older, right? So ageism is both for the young, but also for the aging demographic. So many researchers have looked into ageism when it comes into nursing homes, when it comes into aging and seeing how they're being taken care of, et cetera, because then technically you're growing into that ism, right? But ageism in the opposite spectrum, when you're too young, when people are biased against your age because you're too young, it's not of an urgency until quite recently, because of the fact that you'll grow out of it. Abhi to butcha, but 3 saal baad, 4 saal baad, 5 saal baad, you'll grow out of it. That, I think, has been a key instance of why it hasn't been explored. It's why people aren't talking about it. But, and I think this will go into what you're kind of looking into, is what you said, there is a generational shift and change. And because of social media or whatnot, all these other factors playing in part, you have a lot of pressure from young people, right? That normally would be, put into a box, wherever, etc. Now you have them pushing at it. There's people refer to the glass ceiling in terms of, women. I refer to another concept of glass ceiling when it comes to young people, right? Young people not being able to participate politically, whether that's in India, whether that's in the United States, young people not being able to, access resources that they're meant for, or young people facing discrimination on the basis of their age. So young people are trying to, take one stab at a time at breaking that youth glass ceiling. And we need to constantly keep doing that. And yeah, so every move you make is one stab at that youth glass ceiling.
Right. Here's what's... Okay. I do understand